The weirdest thing happened to me this week, but yet it was something that I actually planned for. So here's the thing. I was onboarding a new social media manager for our team to help us out as well as our clients. And one of the questions that our social media manager brought up, it was the process of how do we take the content and edit the content and then post it? Like, what does that actual process look like besides literally that, uploading the content, editing it, and then posting it? What was that actual process, and what was the back and forth between the previous social media manager, because we're having some shifts internally to allow the social media manager to go into another role, and so we brought this social media manager on to take over that content. But how did he interact with the video editor was the question there. And the thing was, at first I felt stupid in my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't really know how to answer that because I don't actually know. And here's the thing for you as the business owner, and this is very important for you. It's okay not to know. And the reason why I say it's okay not to know is that you don't need to know how every little thing runs in your business. Yes, you should know what's going on in your business. I should know that content is being posted, content is being edited, that we are recruiting people, that we're getting ready to onboard new people, things like that. I need to know those things as the business owner, but I don't need to know how is the content getting edited? What softwares are we using? That's not for me to know. I have a team that does all the hiring. Now with the social media manager, I wanted to bring them in and be close to that. So that's why I was helping with the onboarding, but the initial onboarding, what are our systems, getting him into the systems and everything, I didn't deal with that. I just had the first one-on-one of like, hey, here's expectations. Here's what you're gonna do in this role. Things like that is what we talked about. But as far as the actual day-to-day nuances, there's other people on the team handling that. And I had this cool realization with that because at first, like I said, my mind went, oh my gosh, I don't know. I was a little embarrassed because I didn't know what that process was. And it wasn't until after, and I admitted to him that, hey, I don't know this. The best person to talk to is our previous social media manager and the video editor, see how from each side, how they handled that. But as far as how they did, no clue. And that's where you want to be as a business owner, where you don't know exactly how those things happen. You just know it kind of just happens magically, because that means you are in a spot that you are not dealing with the day-to-day of that activity. And so maybe you have faced this, maybe you haven't faced this yet, but if you're not there and you're trying to get there, when it does happen, realize that means that you've made a huge milestone in your leadership abilities and your business, because you are no longer in every single day-to-day aspect. And as you build your team more and more, you're going to find that you know less and less about the day-to-day activities and what goes on. Yes, you should have some kind of idea how long activities take. You should have some idea of what is going on, how the communication is going between. But as the company grows to a certain point, I would say really beyond 5 to 10 people, you're going to not even know those details. And that's okay. That's my message to you today as a business owner. If you are there or just hitting that it's okay. You're not meant to know every single thing. And if you do know every single thing, how every little thing works, that's really not something that you should be proud of. That means that you are too in the weeds in the business. You're too buried by. So if you're struggling to get to where you can not be in the business, if you are too in the weeds of the business, if you are too buried by the day-to-day activities of the business, this is a message for you. A wake-up call to let you know that you need to start delegating tasks, because it's not the place you need to be as the business owner. You as the business owner need to be able to be at that 30,000 foot view. And so if you want help being able to get out of the weeds and get to this 30,000 foot view, reach out and I'm happy to help you figure out how you can actually become the actual CEO of your business and have a team rather than being stuck in the day-to-day.